Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here feeding again. It's Tuesday. I've already fed the ones here in the big barn. I've got to feed a couple more here in the front, but gotta get loaded back up here, so I'll show you what all goes into this. Alright, we've got our beef concentrate and a little bit of medicine that's going in with this batch here for these cows. Alright, and on our way over, we're going to go ahead into this grain sorghum. And we'll try to do this with one hand. That's not a bad scoop for trying to do it like that. Now we're going to dump this, and then we got to get a little corn. Alright, we're gonna get a little scoop of corn here. We only need about 150 pounds, so that's probably good. Alright, I had just a little bit of corn left, so I'm gonna go dump that out, and then we'll grab another scoop of this Milo here on our way back. Alright, and we just finished it off with corn silage out of that bag, so now we got about 1,500 pounds in here, so we're gonna finish feeding there at the big barn, and then we'll dump a little bit out right there. That way we can grab it with the skid loader, and we'll give that to those ones back there in the back, since we have that medicine in there. That's kind of the sick pen back there, so they need a little bit of special attention. And then we'll head up on top of the hill to the first barn, and then we'll feed about half of that with what we got left. All right, these are the ones that I've already fed. They're getting into it. Not quite enough room for all of them to eat, but there's enough there that these will get done, and then the ones that are standing out there in the middle, they'll come in and eat, and the bunk will be clean in the morning. So I think we're gonna blow a little bit of straw today in here, and then up down there in the other barn, and then also up in the first barn, because Dad needs to blow some straw up home, so we're gonna go ahead and knock it all out at once today, I think. And then I think we're also gonna have to fix a little bit of fence today, because used to it was just these 3 big ones that got out. Now they have added to their fleet here. They got another little calf out with them, so there's that post right there that's down, and then over like right there, I think there's like a hole in the fence that they're climbing out of. So I think we're gonna have to get that fixed today, so we don't end up with all the cows out. Alright, we just fed out the rest of what we had over there on that side of the barn, so these don't get any quite yet. We gotta go load back up for them. Alright, we got the 6125, and we're gonna load out of these bags up here on top. So we gotta load up about 4,500 pounds to finish feeding there at the first barn, and then we gotta go up on top of the hill into the pasture. All right, we're loaded up, ready to head up top. All right, I just got them fed. You can't see very well, the windows are terribly dirty, but we're having calves every day out here, so there's some buzzards down here we gotta watch. They will, if they catch a calf, they will eat it down, so we gotta watch out for them, because they'll eat those calves. But I counted yesterday, I counted about 16 or 17, so I'm gonna see how many I can count today. All right, I counted like 3 times, and I got like 15 or 16. I got 16 2 times, so I'm gonna say there's 16 of them, and that's good, because that's not any less than what I counted yesterday. So that means there's not any lost out here or anything. So they're staying together pretty good, so hopefully they'll stay together, and maybe we won't have any trouble with these buzzards, but we'll have to keep an eye on them. I was just getting some corn put on the feed here for these sick ones. There's this one real sick one right there, that one. I've finally figured out that if I go up and just put a little corn right there in front of his face, he'll start eating a little bit. So I've been doing that, trying to get him to eat some. He seems like he's maybe getting a little bit better. But anyways, we've got these fed up here in the front. They're actually eating pretty good today, other than this one that likes to get up in the bunk. But other than that, they're not doing bad. We got the straw blower, and we're gonna head down over the hill and get a couple bales in here. Cows get really excited whenever we blow straw in. It's like a new bed. Worst thing is trying to get it blown through right here, because I'm trying to get it down into this, so it ends up getting in the bunk. But pull up a little bit more. There's this button right here. This controls the conveyor inside of the blower. So sometimes you have to rock it back and forth to get the bale to feed in, and for it to chop it up and throw it. So that's what I do, is I just keep my hand on this and run it back and forth. But it takes a little bit of time, but I keep the gate closed, that way it doesn't get plugged up, because you can do it pretty quickly, but you also run the risk of plugging up the blower, which is the part that blows it up and around there. So I really don't want to have to do that, fool with that today. So let's take our time and get it done here. All right, I backed out the 7630 because I didn't want it to get covered with straw. So we'll get this thing put back inside, and then we'll head back home. And we got to blow straw into the barn up there at the farm. So we'll go do that, and then we'll have to come back out here. And I think we're going to work on fence for the rest of the day. We made it up here to Ernstberger's at the other barn. So there's the calves. They're running around, pretty happy. Feels pretty good in the shade here. It's starting to get pretty hot outside, but in this barn it feels pretty good. So anyways, we got that bale loaded up, but he's got a bale of hay that he wants to put back there in that bale feeder. So we're gonna do that before we get a mess with the straw blower. We got the straw blowed in the barn, so that's complete. And we're gonna get this thing down to the farm. I'm gonna wash the windows off with the pressure washer first off, and then I think we're gonna grab a bale feeder, put in here and bring out there, because we need a bale feeder to put in so we don't have to move the ones that are there whenever we fix that fence. So you'll see here in a few minutes. All right, got it cleaned up a little bit. Cleaned up cab a little bit better than it was, and I sprayed that thing off a little bit too, so it's better than it was. I can at least see out the window. Got the straw blower back out here. I just got to put this 6125 in. All right, well, we didn't end up having to bring a bale feeder because we found this one here. So we put this bale in here now. The gate that we'll have to close them over here is right there, but there's not a gate. So we're gonna have to find a gate. And then we feed them right back here on the other side of this barn. So picking up some trash and stuff, and then we'll have to find a gate for that. All right, it's Wednesday. I'll show you what we're getting into. We got the feeding all done today, but we're still out here working, so I'll show you the mess we've got going on. All right, so I have started demolishing the fence. I've actually almost done with this section of it, so not really sure what I'm gonna do with all this, but we at least got it in a big pile now. So I'm gonna start doing some dirt work. You can see where it was. I'm just gonna kind of level it off a little bit. That way we can get ready to build the new fence. We've been trying to get the cows all locked over there in that area right now, but so we finally got them locked over there, and so we're ready to get this torn out and get this built back. Looks a lot better than it did. Got everything kind of cleaned up, dressed up a little bit. It's not too bad, so we'll be able to build a fence in here. Hopefully tomorrow we can get it built. And then cows will be able to come back in here, and it'll be a lot better. I think we're gonna move the fence over a little bit so we get a little bit more room here around the barn. Especially when we're like chopping silage and stuff. There's the silage bag right there, so we have to bring the wagons around here and stuff like that. So it's always good to have a little bit more room here, especially as equipment gets bigger and we have more stuff around. So just need a little bit more room. So while we're doing it, we're going to go ahead and move it over a little bit, and then we'll have a nice fence around here. They're out working on the rest of the fence, kind of getting it fixed up a little bit. But that's about it for today. We got our wire back here, woven wire. We actually got the post already drove here this afternoon, and we almost got all the wire, but we just ran out, so we had to run up top of the hill and get some more wire. But actually going pretty good today. We got enough help that we can get it done pretty easy. So it's not a very long stretch of fence, but it's on the hillside, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But you'll see here in a minute, we've about got it wrapped up, other than we got to go through and steeple all the wire to the posts. I didn't really get to film anything while we were doing it, but we got it done now most of the way. See all down through there. We got to get a gate yet and put on there, and then we came to the corner and we went all the way down past this bag over there. So ought to be able to hold the cows in here. Now they'll just get out somewhere else on the rest of the fence, but this was definitely the weak link of this fence. We got to fix a little bit on the one over there where they're at now. You can see they're standing right there, but they're over there now. We got to fix a little bit over there once we get them back in here. But hopefully we can get a gate in the morning and get hung on there, and then we can let them back into this pasture, and then we can work over there in that one. Sunday night, getting some stuff picked up, fixed here tonight after we got done feeding. So yesterday we fed and worked on some fence, and that was really about it. Took a lot of the day. So today just fed, just getting everything done, and then I'm running some stuff back up to the barn. We got to build some more fence up there, so I'm just bringing the skid loader and the rakinator and the bucket up there. We got to fix some fence where we added onto the pad behind the barn. Got to rebuild that, and the fence was bad and some stuff, so I'll show you when we get up there. Alright, the fence we had to fix is right there, that fence, and then it comes up to the back of this barn. Why is that doing that? It comes up to the back of this barn. Anyways, hopefully we can maybe do that next week, and it looks like next week's going to be pretty busy. So, I think we might be able to spread some fertilizer next week, and maybe even spread some manure. It's really dried out this weekend, so should be able to get back in the fields and get some fertilizer on and doing some stuff like that. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.